ọkwa gị bụ echeta obi esike o, ọkwa gị bụ ike anyị ji aga aga, ọkwa gị kewara osimiri niile, imekwa ọnwa anyị aga ka ọ tụrụ ime, ọkwa gị yo Chineke, ịbụ oke mmiri na-egbu ogwe, ọkwa gị yo Chineke ma na-egbochi mee, egbochi mee na-egbochi, egbochi anya ji ahụ ụzọ, agada gbajiri zọ nwoke obiọma, olileanya nke ndị nsọ, anyị na-erere ọkụ na anyị na-agbara ọkụ, ogene ka ga-eji toro gị nye gị nna, a ga na-akpụ isi ala na-enye gị ekele na-egbochi mo. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you good night depending on your time zone. I want to greet our people wherever you are all over the world, the people of Biafra, and the idea of one Nigeria. Of course, you know yourself. And of course, people of conscience around the world. This is still Judge ONYIBE. They will say it is not over until it's all over. We understand the need why we have to stand in the gap in a time like this. We are perfectly aware of the single fact that not all of you will be able to comprehend the need why we have to do what we are doing. But it's okay. Let's do our job and then allow you to thank us later. I thank the Almighty Creator who have given us the enablement to stand in the gap on behalf of our people and the negotiating table, a platform created to negotiate the future of the next generation. He is the power that shapes our way, and He has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. I thank every man and woman of goodwill out there. You are able to perceive this evil. You stand against this evil. I thank you. Our people thank you. And of course, for those of you currently feeding on the misery of our people, soaring on the wings of deception, propaganda, disinformation, blackmail, your time is winding up and you already know this. I thank all of you. For anything you are doing, any role you are playing, as far as the issue of Biafra is concerned, the issue of Nigeria is concerned, any role you are playing, understand that it will work for our good in the end. That is why the Bible clearly stated that everything works for our good. Those of us who are called according to purpose, it will work for our good. So I thank all of you. A very quick one this evening. I want us to briefly look at a message or a topic I entitled Reading in Between the Line and the Link of Nnamdi Kanu, Sealed, Delivered and Documented. Our people should be able to read in between the lines of everything regarding sealed, delivered and documented, and you must follow those words you have read to where they are linking you to. You see, each time we expose the next step of Nnamdi Kanu, who is very predictable, it makes them shrink back. That is the only reason why they are in confused state today. Some are fighting DOS, some are fighting Simeon Ekpa, some are fighting Idu Kingdom, some are fighting Ada Highway, some are fighting Nigerian politicians, some are fighting Nigeria. You just look at Nnamdi Kanu platform. There is confusion. Nnamdi Kanu in-law, spiritual head of Ndi Biafra, he will tell you, Ogbagara Juse Benini. That is because Nnamdi Kanu now is being beaten in his own game. When I expose what he want to do next, he will not do it again. The intention is to make you feel, oh, they are lying. I think he said that Nnamdi Kanu was going to do like this, but he didn't do it. This is exactly what we want. We are the one that will tell him where to stay. He has been playing with the mind of our people for over a decade now. This is the time for our people to see him for who he really is. And now, before we read in between the links of my message, the sealed, delivered and documented, let me bring you back home so that you know the position where we are. The only rumor they can share this evening is to tell you, oh, DSS did not allow him to take his medicine. Nnamdi Kanu need to have mental problem. Nnamdi Kanu need to be sick. Everything Nnamdi Kanu have done to other people, let God do it to him. And everything we have done to Nnamdi Kanu, let God do it to us. It is as simple as that. If Nnamdi Kanu is holy and has been holy towards all of us, if he is loving and kind and has been that towards all of us, if he has been saying the truth about all of us, let people begin to do that thing from him. From his mouth, from his action, he has declared the judgment of God upon himself. That which I hear you say, I will do. That is the fate of Nnamdi Kanu. Let us get it straight. We were here. We joined the agitation over 13 years ago or more. Some of you were here before us. I understand that. And then, we are not ignorant nor naive. We know that there is a process to get Biafra. And one of these processes is mandatory. You cannot get Biafra without getting politically involved. But of course, we needed to set the record straight. We said the group of politicians we have at the moment are corrupt people. They are not reliable. They cannot be trusted. What we need to do is to separate ourselves from them and then push harder before we can now know those of them to be incorporated into the process. Whether you like it or not, politics or those in political offices must get involved. The world don't talk to freedom fighters. The world don't talk to agitators. The world don't talk to pressure group. They talk to your government. In turn, your government address your issue. We place pressure on the current political structure we have, whether in Nigeria or within the Biafran territory. On daily basis, we got everything right. It remained the political process. But meanwhile, we have spent over 7 years already asking our people to disassociate from politics, not to go close to the politicians. Now we have come to the junction where these people input is required. Nnamdi Kanu did all he can. He mobilized his brother and family member. They go behind closed door and visited all the governors that are supposed to be on the table. He started receiving money. He started making money. But for Nnamdi Kanu to come back and tell us, I met this governor, this is what he said. I met this governor, this is how it's going to be. They were now the one advising Nnamdi Kanu on what he will do. You can see Soludo, as learned as he is, he's singing all we are saying, give us Nnamdi Kanu. And then I begin to wonder, what is the difference between Soludo and that Agburu Inopi Weka? Because that is what they should be doing, to the best of my knowledge. Except you want to follow the truth I want to tell you. It doesn't matter whose us is God. If you do anyhow, you go see anyhow. Is it not Biafra matter? We go nowhere. And when I tell you we die here, even death will not stop this truth from coming out. Nnamdi Kanu and his kind will never be allowed to set the next generation of our people again. Never. And so he began to go behind to meet all these politicians. He collect money from them. And each time we ask him, what did this person say? He blackmailed them. But then we are on ground here. On daily basis, we discover this man is not being sincere. Going to the politician is not the issue because we have to work with them along the line. But coming to tell us that they are evil and then you go behind and collect money, it's unheard of. It's uncalled for. And then Nnamdi Kanu has gotten to his stage where he discovered that he cannot hide from his atrocity. And the people have known already the game he's playing. It was time for us to go back to politics. And then, first of all, imagine if all the agitation we have carried out for over 10 years now, we channeled our energy to control the political space within our territory. Who will tell me that by now the sincere, genuine IPOB you used to know will not control the politics within our region? But Nnamdi Kanu sued that opportunity. And so what he needed to do is to shut us up. He hired the current freedom fighter, career freedom fighters you are seeing now. You need to imagine now to know that the atrocity of Nnamdi Kanu really affect the brain of most of you. No, you can imagine Simeon Ekpa somewhere in Finland. We sit on a bedroom, or what do I call the place? And then he will be drinking tea with fancy cup and carry sword and be demonstrating. And then people like you are telling him, oh, formidable, hardcore, hey, hard man, lion man. Una no get sense, but it's okay, we understand. That is how it is. He said those who think they are wise, he will put the spirits of illusion in them. They won't have sense again. I see that prophecy happening in your life. You see some people, look at the Idu kingdom. He will come and say he's praying for Idu. He begin to shout, oh no, Idu, oh do, and all of you are clapping. And then Nnamdi Kanu come on radio and misbehave. All of you are happy. But now I'm here telling you the truth. I know Nnamdi Kanu mugus and employees are on the platform already telling me, idiot, sabo, this one. I will attend to you later, don't worry. Now, I need you to get how he start falling out. He hired the first line of people to defend him, and then he betrayed all his comrades. From the day he was released from the first detention, he has perfected this assignment. He used Uche to fight against Clifford Uruanya and the rest of them. And then he brought Simeon Ekpa to fight Uche, not knowing Uche is wiser than that. He already know the game. He know the game, not because Nnamdi Kanu told him, because I made Uche to see some things. I didn't tell him everything. And I don't intend to tell him everything. Let Nnamdi Kanu come out. Let him come and collect amnesty. Let him come and join ABGA or PDP or APC. Let him come and play that politics. Ujelo Huamoka. It's over for Nnamdi Kanu. But meanwhile, Mazemefo and the rest of them, they fought themselves. Iruanya is fighting Clifford. Clifford is fighting Iruanya. Omiomio is fighting Uchenna. Uchenna is fighting Asiebu. Asiebu is fighting George. Everybody fighting. All the problem you have today, Asare Dokubo, all of us, Nnamdi Kanu is the pioneer. This is to enable him be absorbed into Nigerian politics. But he didn't count on Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio. He made a mistake having given us oath to take to defend Biafra, that we will not allow him to go. He made a mistake. I can assure you DOS and the rest of them know the game that is opening. Somebody said maybe he gave them different oaths. Or maybe they are paid heavily. So Chike Dozem and the rest idiots, they won't tell you the truth. Understand, my message this evening is simply titled, Reading in between the line and the link of Nnamdi Kanu sealed, delivered, and documented. And then having set up platform, he knew he will be opposed. And then he started building security platform. So many of them, in the guise of protecting Biafra land. We actually know there is need for this security outfit. Not to terrorize our people, but to create a form of security. Peradventure, there are things that bombast at night. People should be able to respond to them. But little did we know, it was in a process of hijacking it. The security outfit came. It was hijacked immediately. You people understand the era of BSS. You people understand the era of volunteer and so many other groups before the formation of Dead Man Walking, Lion Squad and other groups. They were all hijacked. Go and look at the history of BSS. They had more than 4 to 12 commanders. They don't report to Nnamdi Kanu. And if Nnamdi Kanu cannot successfully handle such organized group, how will he handle unknown gunmen, small boy, cultists? How will he control them? People whose loyalty are for nobody, people who are ignorant, ill-educated, people who are naive. How could he control them? People who care for nothing, for only their stomach. But that is exactly people he need. He can use them, dispose them by killing them, and nobody will ask of them. After all, most of them don't have relatives. Most of them are poor. They just need how to survive. He took advantage of their position. I'm coming, I'm not started. And now this was to enable him silence us. And when he is done, he will give order and say, oh, look for Judge ONYIBE, kill Judge ONYIBE, look for Uchemefo, kill Uchemefo, look for Bidiobenu, kill all of them. But Nnamdi Kanu, even 100 of you and 1 million of you will not be able to do that. But he didn't count on it. The level of his power has grown so high like that of Nebuchadnezzar, that he could challenge God. And the day he disgraced himself before the Creator was the day he told you, I can choose to be God. I can decide who live and who die. I can know how powerful I am, and all that rubbish he yarned that very day. But from that day, God distanced himself from him. Now, all this shenanigans you see being introduced is taking us back to one thing. We got somewhere along the line, certain politicians confronted Nnamdi Kanu. Meanwhile, we have been risking our life in Anambra as a case study, making sure no election will hold there. While we were shouting and making jingle and disturbing everywhere, there will be no election in Biafra land until the day of referendum is given. Nnamdi Kanu was behind settling with Peter Obi and Atiku. Whatever they discuss, we will know. It's just a matter of time. They will use their mouth to tell us. Because I call Peter Obi and Atiku because the government of the day, the people coming to do the election, were the governor of articulation and obituarilation. Most of you have forgotten. That is why we sit back and we watch you. We pray you should do the right thing. And then all of a sudden, the camel's back was broken. Nnamdi Kanu came on the same radio Biafra where we don't lie. He lied to you. All our terms and conditions having been made, delivered, sealed, and documented, we hereby call off the election boycott. Let me digress. There are a lot of pressure groups out there who would have come out openly to converse and tell you don't participate in this election. But their voice is not very loud, because if they do that, Nnamdi Kanu will use them as a negotiating point to return back fully to Nigerian politics. So Nnamdi Kanu and his group should be rest aware. We are inside Nigerian politics already waiting for him. And then Nnamdi Kanu, having sealed, delivered and documented you, now he want to push us to Nigeria to kill all of us. He want to use Nigeria to clean his mess. But why would he succeed in the first place? If at all he would have succeeded, I need you to understand what would have given him an edge. Nnamdi Kanu is working with some Igbo politicians. He needed to hijack the political power within the Biafran territory and then relax in Afari Beku as a Kaban. A Kaban. He will become a Jagaban. He will become Kabal. He will become God. That is what he wanted to do. And he was almost there. So he's working with some politicians who will now consult him. Then he will be in Afari Beku and said, as far as Delta State is concerned, he can even bring somebody from Abia to come and be governor of Delta State. As far as he's the Jagaban, because this security you are seeing today killing Igbo people will be the same people the government of the day will empower him to go and pick you up. So when they want to deal with you, the government of the day, they will give him clearance, he pick you up, and then he's a warlord. He'll be collecting amnesty among others. But they fall out in tone with most politicians. But let's not go there. Now, what I'm trying to tell you is that you're working with some Igbo politicians, but what those Igbo politicians does not know is that you're working also with politicians who are not Igbo and who do not appreciate the position of the Igbo. Neither are they willing to consider the plight of the Igbo. But then Nnamdi Kanu need a backup plan. So when he can't find his way with his people, he can now run to Ugwu Awusa. This will not be the first time. If you like, understand. If you don't like, don't understand. So every deal having been perfected, delivered, documented, until it is time to stop us. Because he can't come now and shout PDP, APC, WP, PQ. I will personally bring out the video, the audio, and every evidence I have against him and that person out. Don't forget, I was once African rep for over 10 years in IPOB. I'm in communication with Nnamdi Kanu more than Uchimefo. Even when Nnamdi Kanu was in DSS custody, I have Chidebe Onwudiwe phone number and Facebook page and everything. I have that of Benjamin Madubugu and all of them. I have that of Nnamdi Kanu and all of them. So when you are coming to talk to people like me, you should respect yourself. The only thing that make me to fall out of tone with Nnamdi Kanu is he thought he could tie me with Abeno Pabe. He never knew I am guided by divine principle. There is a power that shapes my way. I can't kill you, don't kill me. Because we don't forgive. When you say we don't forgive, you don't know the meaning. He underrated the Creator who has set my feet upon this path. So his mind is going to wipe me. But he didn't consider simple truth. As far as spiritual provision is concerned, when the leaders are dishonorable, the people are removed from under oath and obligation to obey them. Nnamdi Kanu is dishonorable. And by spiritual principle, we cannot obey them. And every oath, everything we have in agreement with them, it comes to nothing, void and void from that very moment. Now get the point. After everything I have narrated, you see Nnamdi Kanu will go back into Nigerian politics. The same one he told you, but our politicians are evil, our this one are evil, but we haven't secured his position. The same Nigerian security will bring you down. Then he will balance. But things didn't work out as planned. And our people are somehow confused, rigmaroling within Biafra agitation and Nigerian politics. It is quite unfortunate that more than 90% of the agitators are now politicians. They are now more Catholic than the Pope. They are now working for INEC more than INEC. We have made more jingle encouraging you to come and vote, political participation, even more than INEC. Sometimes I want to begin to believe it looks like INEC even paid some Biafra fighters to come back. But let's leave that anyway. In about 2 months from now, we'll be analyzing it. But I need you to pay attention. So that when Nnamdi Kanu is coming back with all the political arrangements, so he know we are waiting. Those of you political RNG, go and tell him we already know. There is no step he's making we don't know. That is why all this distraction cannot make us lose focus. It's not easy to come on air, but one way or the other, before I sell everything I have to buy a recharge card and come on air, I would have been able to deliver the job. I would have been able to fulfill the reason why I'm here in the first place. Now, if Nnamdi Kanu is fighting to come into government, it's important you understand who is a government. Because the last time I checked, most of you think that government is just the politician, regular politician, PDP, APC, Buhari, Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba. No. It goes beyond that. Let's look at a brief explanation of what government is. Then we look at how it affects us as a people. And then we look at some of the reasons why you should get involved. First of all, government is just individuals. Your brother, my brother, your sister, my sister, your uncle, cousin, and so on. One of us choosing from among us to represent us. When you hear about government are individuals like me and you choosing from among us to represent us. Now, that individual don't have power in itself. So the government, as you know today, as powerful as they are, don't have power until the people know their position. We don't know our position. That is why Buhari will dictate what happened to you. That is why your governor will dictate what happened to you. Because you are not fully aware that you are the one who put them there. And they are supposed to represent your interest. And so when people like me are telling you, get involved in politics, I'm not telling you so you go and become Otimpu, a Rastafarian or whatever. I am telling you to understand how the process functions so you can take your life back. 1 million people cannot pick one man to come and represent us. And then at the end of the day, the one man will use our head to be Pala to Makasa. And somebody is clapping and it's okay. So the government is 100% picking one person to represent them. And when they are there to represent you, the major thing they are supposed to do is 1, protection of life, and then 2, protection of property. Any government that cannot guarantee the protection of life and property is not fit for purpose. And when you talk about 2 major or basic principles behind government structure, which is the protection of life and property, understand that it goes beyond life and property. When they say protection of life, first of all, you need to be alive, which means they now have to create security outfits trying to protect your life, they will make sure there is a food security. In the quest to protect your life, they will make sure they bring up justice system that will balance functioning of individual. When they say they're protecting your life, they will make sure that the country is well structured so you can live a comfortable life. Any country that cannot give you this benefit, any leadership that cannot protect your life, they are not fit for purpose. And then you talk about protection of properties. We look at your resources. How many communities in Nigeria that have natural resources that are actually benefiting from it? You see, reverse is the case. The poorest communities in Nigeria are number one, the ones you see oil and gas from. They are the poorest. Any community you see oil and gas, it is the policy of SPDC to impoverish such people. So none of them will have power to revolt. Go to Ogoni. They can pick some few individuals from among you and then give them money to terrorize the rest of you. But the rest of you are going to live a miserable life. Any government that behaves that way cannot boast to be protecting your property. I don't think that is how United Emirates are doing. I don't think that is how Dubai does to their citizens. But that is what you see here. Any government of the day who cannot guarantee the protection of your property is not fit for purpose. You hear the issue of Boko Haram and the rest of it. If you go to Sambisa Forest, the amount of uranium being lifted up there by international communities, amount of gold and silver and other precious stones being stolen from all these Boko Haram or terrorist bases, it will shock you. And people from such community has either been killed or imprisoned or they have run away. And now you see, any government at the end of the day, who you choose to represent you by protecting your life and property, if they are not able to do that, they are not supposed to be in office. And now, if you go by this knowledge who the government are, you will see that all the people ruling us, for as far as Nigeria is concerned, they are not fit for purpose. And so we the people, many of us, millions of us, choose about 300 of them to rule us. Now they put us in chain. They know that the day we know the truth and revolt, they are gone. So what did they do? They create terrorism. Most of you don't know. Look at almost every African country, the ones that try to rise beyond poverty and embrace or attain to the level of civilization. Muammar Gaddafi, to mention but a few. Saddam Hussein and other people who try to liberate their country from these shackles of poverty. All of them were hunted down. They call them terrorists. Al-Qaeda, Al-Kudugada. Different name, they give them terrorist name. This is to justify the reason they killed them. So for the government of the day to be able to subdue you, shut you up, you take away your legal right to defend yourself, they introduce terrorism. Today, American prophesied and told you terrorists will invade Abuja. No terrorists invading Abuja, except the one America sent to us. Britain told you, run, terrorists want to take over Abuja. It's a lie. There is no idiot that can conquer Nigeria, except the one those people planted. Because the moment they gave such publication, Nigerian leaders who want you to remain their slave will now begin to make up. Yes, His Excellency, President of America, your CIA have said something, and how do we do it? You now negotiate. They will bring you to a negotiation table and tell you their fear. So all these things are politicking. They are political. It doesn't exist. Why am I saying all these things this evening? That is exactly the same thing Nnamdi Kanu want to do. So what did he do? To bring you to your kneel, including your leaders, your governors, all of them, to bring all of you to kneel and now introduce anarchy. They're coming for all of you. And he's going to have support from the federal government. And after they cannot stop him, look at Soludo. He said they want to bring peace and security in Anambra. And to be able to do that, they need Nnamdi Kanu on the table. That is where the issue of amnesty comes in. So for you to be able to link the line between the link of sealed, delivered, and documented, just see as Nnamdi Kanu is coming home gradually. Soludo is supposed to be a respected Nigerian, somebody whose people should take his word serious. But he is the one opening the platform to negotiate to give your life to terrorists. Now look at the implication why people like Soludo must be called out. The moment the government is structured and they have a constitution, a very laughable and wicked constitution like that one Nigeria have, no matter how terrible the constitution may be, the only line of defense you have, for instance, as a Nigeria, the constitution takes our very life from us. It's only one person that can decide my fate and your fate. That is your governor. Let's look at it, for instance. The Constitution of Nigeria says that all the land in the Federal Republic of Nigeria belong to Nigeria. I love using that as an example. Maybe Nigeria will go and amend that very constitution. All the land in Nigeria, whether in Efik, Ibibio, Anang, whether in Gware or Nupe or Adamawa, anywhere belongs to Nigeria. Now you begin to understand why Obasanjo could single-handedly give Bakassi Peninsula to Cameroon. You will understand why Nigeria had the power to influence Atiku village to become Nigeria, which was not part of original Nigeria before. Let's leave those people aside. We shall address their matter later. Now, what I'm trying to bring out there for you is that if all the land belong to the Nigerian belong to the federal government, there is a clause in that constitution. It said, so if Nigerian government wake up one day and decide to take over your village, only one person can stop it. And that person is not even your senator. And that person is not members of a representative. It's not your councillor. It's not your chairman. It is your governor. And now your governor is the one that has the power to decide whether they will leave the land for you or take the land, whether they will compensate you if they eventually take the land or not. Only your governor. And then you imagine putting somebody who don't care for you. Imagine Hausa, Fulani, Yoruba deciding who rule you. You are gone. Now, what am I trying to bring to your notice here is that at the end of the day, your governor is your last line of defense as far as the Nigerian constitution is concerned. Forget about how horrible it is. Now, we're supposed to put people who will go to represent us, not themselves. Because at the end of the day, when the governor have finished consulting the people, for instance, they say they want to take over your father's property, you go and tell your governor goes to the federal and say, this land, you can't take it from this family. This reason being that and that reason. And then at the end of the day, the president will say, oh, in that case, let's look for another one. The governor will come back and say, that is how it is. Nobody will take that land. But by the time your governor gives go ahead, that land is gone. But by the time the governor come back and say the federal government need this land, there is nothing you can do about it. And then they have to improvise and look for a way out. That is supposed to be the work of your governors, not trying to create terrorists to negotiate in order to take further your life that have been taken already. Now, what am I trying to say? Let's take example from what happened to the Benue State governor. The ravaging of terrorists within his territory was becoming unbearable. What did the Benue State governor do? He consulted his people. He made them understand that we can't continue like this. His people cried to him, please help us. Now, the people are sending him because they made him governor. He went to seek for help of politicians in other regions. They said it's right thing to do. That is why you are there representing the people. So the governor of Benue State came out and flagged up a security outfit. And when he was questioned by the federal government of Nigeria, he simply said, my people said I should do it. Have you heard Nigerians say anything about it? I can assure you, since the governor of Benue State flagged up security outfit, there have not been attacked in any community in Benue State except for the Igbo community in Benue State, like other local government. But despite the fact that the Igbo community in Benue State are still under constant attack, I was fully informed about 3 weeks ago, the Nigerian police invaded Ado, one of the communities in Ado local government, Igbo communities. And many of those Fulani terrorists were apprehended with AK-47 rifles. But how they are going to do it at the end of the day, I don't know. But unknown gunmen are not aware of this. Now, Benue State Security Outfit have been able to apprehend a lot of Fulani herdsmen. But Igbo-owned security Eastern Defender are busy killing Igbo people, raping them, videoing them, and saying they are giving you security. Why? Which of the Igbo people choose unknown gunmen? Which of the Igbo people decide to give Eastern security charge over your life? Which governor did you people, Igbo people, tell? That is why when Soludo come out, you want to dance naked. We are not keeping any of you quiet, though. We are not keeping any of you quiet. Enough is enough. So why am I trying to bring up all this issue? We now are in a position where at the end of the day, when Nnamdi Kanu flag up unknown gunmen, one of the complaints was that this man is a non-state actor. So who asked him to do that? He will end up being a mercenary. If Soludo and other people want to build Abga on the expense of their own people, benedictions do us in Sakula. I know, what do they call this man? Alex Oti. He have fought for more than 8 years, if not 16 years to the best of my knowledge, trying to be governor of Abga in Abia State. He was shot down. He was shot down. What is his problem? Some Abians believe that he's not from Ongwa. So if he's not from Ongwa, he should go to Arochukwu. And of course, he has issue with Arochukwu. But whether you say he's from Arochukwu, where his father come from, or you say he's from Ongwa, where his mother come from, I don't think there is anybody more qualified than T.O. Oji. Sorry, Alesoti. I don't think all the people who have ruled Abia, or who will still rule Abia tomorrow, I don't think any of them have the profile Alesoti have. He's educated even more than Peter Obi. He's not just a chartered accountant, but his name is written in gold. If it were to be Yoruba man, by now he will have his own chartered accountant institute. When you talk about Akintola Williams, I'm not sure the level of Akintola Williams enlightenment is up to that of Alesoti. And now some of you may say, oh, how did you know? No. I'm a chartered accountant myself, University of Port Harcourt. But let's leave it at that. You know, we are illiterate, we didn't go to school. So when we read profile, we know what we are telling you. Let's leave that one and move ahead anyway. Now, what am I trying to tell you? Are they trying to build security? Then they say they are coming back to Abga, because once they tell the Igbo man, we want to build Abga, we know Hausa have PDP, we know Yoruba have APC, and then we know that Abga was actually meant for Igbo. But who killed it? If at the end of the day you want to boost Abga to rule the Igbo nation, must you do that by terrorizing Igbo people? Now, the moment the government you put in place are not able to deliver, their next line of defense is to create terrorist group. It could be official terrorist group, it could be an unofficial, but they will raise armed group everywhere. In the case of Biafra, today we cannot go out and say we want Biafra, because the insecurity created in Igbo land by Nnamdi Kanu leave the Nigerian security with only one option: shoot aside. They will shoot you, they will kill you, pour acid on your body. They won't bury you. You heard Governor Wike say that day that if they catch you, they will not give your dead body to your parents. Now, you are not in line with politics. You are not responsible for who put in your governor. How can you decide your future? And if you sit back and you allow Nnamdi Kanu to do all these things he's doing, this is where he will end. He will become a militant. He will be collecting amnesty. And now all those of you in the bush, all those of you they are using now, you think they will pay you. They will not pay you. They are not going to call you and give the money to you. They are going to be giving it to Nnamdi Kanu. And if Nnamdi Kanu can collect monthly due from all of us all over the world for over 10 years. The day you ask him for account, you become a saboteur. Are you telling me when federal government give him money, Nnamdi Kanu will give it to you? They are killing you for asking simple questions, betraying you, turning you to unknown gunmen. When you resist them, they call you out. Nigeria will hunt you down. Is it the person they will call to give you money? Or the one they will kill you, they will go and tell your wife that they sent you abroad for training to defend Biafra? Is it the one that is going to give you money? If Nnamdi Kanu want to collect amnesty, does he not see how Niger Delta people do their own? Are they killing their people? They are blowing pipeline now. If not that they follow targeting federal government facility, people like Asare, people like Tompolo, people like Ateke, they won't even live in that Niger Delta. But they are not after the life of the people. They are hitting the nail on the head. Why can't Nnamdi Kanu come out and block Aba Road? Let's tell federal government, you people will not pass here again until you give us amnesty. He didn't do that. He's setting up Igbo people, killing Igbo people, killing the one in army, killing all of them. Now, pay attention. All these things they are doing is to absorb Nnamdi Kanu back into politics. They will empower him to one end alone. The Igbo politician working with Nnamdi Kanu will understand that Nnamdi Kanu will not do your bidding. He will do it for those Hausa, Fulani and Yoruba, because he knows he will not be safe in Igbo land. And so he's going to use it to come against all of you. All of you politicians working with Nnamdi Kanu, go back and look at the agreement you have with Nnamdi Kanu and tell me he has not betrayed you. So Soludo is new in this game. He must have been meandering, but he don't know what he's calling for. So let our people be aware and pay attention to the link between Nnamdi Kanu activities. Forget about all these things they are doing on social media. They are distracting you so that you will not know the game. In the morning, they say Nnamdi Kanu need heart transplant. In the evening, they want to transplant his nyash. In the afternoon, they want to transfer his brocos. Every day, they are transplanting. They are taking his blood. All of them are distraction. And then what you will hear one day is federal government will say in our amalgamaminous and ability of Trumamandism, because of the spirit of one Nigerianism, we are now by deciding to hand over Nnamdi Kanu to Soludo, and believing Soludo is a moral and he wants a central bank, is a good man. Let us see if Nnamdi Kanu will not lie. This is the link between the sealed, delivered and documented. I remove cap. Nnamdi Kanu, come collect amnesty. Nnamdi Kanu, come and collect amnesty. We are waiting for you. Come and join ABGA, PDP or APC. Nnamdi Kanu, we are waiting for you. Finish your drama inside DSS. That is when we start our broadcast. But then before I bring this discussion to an end, all of you army, you left Nigerian army because Nnamdi Kanu tell you to do so, and because you love your people, you love Biafra. I feel your pain. Don't run anymore. Don't hide anymore. Don't turn to unknown gunmen. Follow this platform, Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio. Or you can see my WhatsApp link and email there. Inbox me. You are not going to see me. I'm not going to come out. I will talk to people that will help rehabilitate you. But you should know, I know everything about you. So don't pretend as agent of Nnamdi Kanu or anything. You may not come back. Listen very clearly to me. The reason why I'm saying this is that Nnamdi Kanu have saluted all of you. He have killed all of you, but you didn't know, including those still in the bush and still doing unknown gunmen. Those of you who are about to die, I salute you. And those of you who are supposed to die, I'm liberating you. Don't die for what other people are making money for. He asked you to leave Nigerian army that they are terrorists, they are Boko Haram. But his sister is still with the Nigeria. Now look at you. They lured you with money, they deceive you. But I know it's not the money that moved you. It is the injustice you feel from Nigerian setting. There is injustice everywhere. I won't pretend. We understand. But move no further. Move no further. If Nigerians don't bring you down, Nnamdi Kanu will bring you down. Those of you, you are poor, you don't have mother, you can't pay house rent, your life has been destroyed. You don't know how to start. You resolve to join unknown gunmen. You are now a kidnapper. You are killing people, selling their motos, selling human organ. My brother, do no more. You are not the only person in that position. When I joined IPOB, I knew if we did the right thing, by now this issue would have been resolved. We are not the first, but I never believed Nnamdi Kanu can sell us. Let me tell you, despite my work as a professional, I do many things. When I talk about most of the governors and politicians, some people will begin to wonder, how does he know them? Let's look at Abia State, for instance. From T.O. Oji Zokalo to T.O. Oji. It's only Okezia Ekpazo that I did not work in their project. I'm not a civil engineer, but I am instrumental to designing their house. Instrumental. I am the one that designed their house. Both, all of them, both Oji Zokalo mother. It was almost like I'm from Iberi. To their permanent secretary, all of them, I designed their house. That is for another issue anyway. Now, why am I bringing it up? Because at the end of the day, all these things that they are doing will take somebody's life. Now the Kanu is there, ask you to leave army, to follow them. They paid you, but his family are still there. He gathered the less privileged one. He tell them to throw their phone away. He's going to protect them. He will not do that. The highest you do is you revolt. You lose everything you have. As I telling you that I design building for people. As I telling you that I do other job, like a reverend. As I telling you that I am the proprietor of Juniper Academy. As I telling you that I'm the general overseer of Sanctuary of God Church. As I talking about other field and professional I handle, I don't want to talk about them. I lost everything. It's only one thing I'm protecting. And that is because of before I was called, I made an agreement I will not work against the ethics of that profession. And so anything I do it outside that profession. But outside that, I lost everything. So you are not the only one. This is not the end of your life. You should be able to rebuild your life. Becoming unknown gunmen because you have AK-47 will not save you. Stop running. Contact any of our admin on Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio. You need to be rehabilitated. I have to bend down and start all over again. I have my family and the Creator to thank for it, and well-meaning our people, Igbo people around the world, who help me to come back on my feet. Those people are still around. They want to help you. Am I going to talk about my brother in Hamburg? Am I going to talk about my sister in America? So many of them. Don't let them waste you. Don't let them waste you. Those of you who are about to die, that Nnamdi Kanu salute, refuse to die. And then I must appeal to the government of the day. I'm not supposed to do that. You don't need to give Nnamdi Kanu amnesty. You can create a platform to rehabilitate these people. The real IPOB you used to know, they are all gone. These are moral men. These are principled men. They can't be compromised. They know Nnamdi Kanu is criminal. They have moved out. Nigerian, please look at the Biafran agitators you have today. You will see none of them were up to 2 months in IPOB before they are doing what they are doing. These are businessmen. Their other agenda is to destroy every means of self-determination within the Southeast region. What you do about that, I leave you to decide that. But understand that they are not working for Nigerian benefit. but they are creating more armed robber. This will escalate, except non-Igbo will leave southeast, and then all Igbo will return to southeast, because in either way we will all pay the brunt of this heinous crime against our people perpetuated by Nnamdi Kanu. Governor Soludo and the rest governor in the southeast, learn from David Umahi. Ebonyi youth were almost scattered everywhere, fighting assiduously for their fatherland, and they were being used. Have you not noticed for almost 4 months now they don't point Ebonyi again? Why? Their governor have sense. David Umahi have sense. I wish I'm from Ebonyi State. But when he change tomorrow, we'll fire him. We ask our governors question. We ask Uko our question. So when we see propaganda, we know it's propaganda. When we see the truth, we know it's the truth. David Umahi gathered Ebonyi youth, as many as he can. They rehabilitated them. All those dead man walking, all those unknown gunmen, all those Eastern security, all those one and they cannot have saluted to die. He rehabilitated them. So each time you hear Nnamdi Kanu telling you, oh, kill a bubago, oh, kill a bubago. There are so many reasons, but one of them is that he betrayed. 90% of a bubago were once Nnamdi Kanu followers, those who know him. If I am from the southeast, by now I should be with a bubago. If I am from any state in the southeast, by now I will be a commander in a bubago. Kanye Kwambo. Kanye Kwambo. Kemaitu Kesi Anyango. Criminals. So governors of the southeast, the earlier you emulate David Umahi and save your people, the better. The career of Benjamin Madubugu of Ehiala, Anambra State, under Professor Soludo, will end there. I think he's in Abuja now. They cause insecurity and they run to Abuja. Tell Benjamin Madubugu, let him come to Anambra. And with that thing he's doing now, unknown gunmen are listening. When they are tired, they will attack your family. Or have you moved your family to Abuja like Nnamdi Kanu? What a shame. What a shame. Your Messiah come on radio and told the whole world, those of you who are about to die, I salute you. Because he watched Gladiator. He watched the film they call Gladiator. When the emperor told the gladiators, those of you who are about to die, I salute you. Atoro Nnamdi Kanu now turn all of you to Atoro. Unfortunate set of people. Before I round up, let me see if there is any Nnamdi Kanu Mugu. So I send a message to him. His social media warrior. Who is this one? He said Edward Charles. I didn't see comment. Any other person? He said love the complimentary people. Any other? No Nnamdi Kanu Mugu here. This is Usina Chitu Chiku. He say fool. Mad people everywhere. Yes, that is your father's name. Any other Nnamdi Kanu idiot here? They are not doing their job. Are they still on holiday? Yes, I see Ada Biafra. Ada Biafra, you are blessed. Any other person? Biafra on the crossroad. Yes, you really know that is my brother. You are doing a good job. No Nnamdi Kanu idiot here. Udo Willie, you are doing a great job there. No Nnamdi Kanu bingo. Who is this one? Bright. Onwegbu. He say, and you are here. Okay, that is a good man. Nnamdi Kanu Mugu. Yes, I see Nkechi Igwe. He say, God bless you, Diokpa. You are blessed too. And then I see Pet. He say, Gossiper. ONYIBE. Oh, hand again now. Those of you who are about to die, we salute you. We see my Hamburg brother, Ezioku Chineke. That is how Nnamdi Kanu used to tell us, anya na-atụ asị, mana onye ọtụ na ha ekwu nso asị. Very wicked somebody. I have not said anything. Now, let me put something across. I'm in many forums. Of course, with different numbers. And I listen to what people do. Some of you know I'm the one. And some of them say, Uche Mefo, your guy, Uche Mefo was the one that gave order on Radio Biafra. Let them go and kill. I'm not defending Uche Mefo. Uche Mefo mouth know the smell. When time reaching, go talk. But I am too old to be young. I know what conspired throughout that period. When Nnamdi Kanu go, they send you message, you go say, I hope Uche Mefo is not aware. I hope we are not talking to Uche Mefo. Let God be my judge between me and Nnamdi Kanu. If you know, they ask me whether I hope you don't tell Uche Mefo what I'm saying. It's amazing. All of you who were with Nnamdi Kanu, you know his Facebook account, you know his phone number. How many of you obey Uche Mefo on radio? Does Uche Mefo know what is happening on radio? He said Nnamdi Kanu running it from Kuje prison. Very unfortunate. Those of you who are about to die for Nnamdi Kanu, I salute you. But you want to live, you have a way. Any other Nnamdi Kanu idiot? George ONYIBE, Chiamaka, God bless you. Any other, no, where are they? God bless you, sir. This is Zeke, let love live. God bless you, my brother, easy. Nnamdi Kanu, you are cursing me before. Idiot, Sabo, Arturo, Mumu, Nigeria. Where are you now? I love it. Because your presence on my platform is an inspiration to what I do. You curse me one, I expose you Nnamdi Kanu 30. Very unfortunate set of people. You people watching Nnamdi Kanu closely. They want to collect amnesty. They are preparing the background for him. And then when he meander back, he will now become Jagaban in Igbo land. On the expense of the blood of his people he has spilled, that's part of the fact he defied Igbo land. He wants to become a Jagaban. But whose interest is going to protect at the end of the day? Nnamdi Kanu family formidable, but they are taking you to court. Can't you sit back and analyze Nnamdi Kanu and see he's a hopeless criminal? He has a mental problem. Let him tell Nigeria he has a mental problem. Then I have told Nigeria we cure madness. So that I can pour pepper on his body, use cane and flog him very well. The madness will leave him. But until then, you are Nnamdi Kanu follower. Your leader is a madman. Those of you who are about to die, I salute you. Atoro. Look at how he want to get amnesty. He want to guide pipeline. The one in Abia. You should have gone to Asa now. Go to the ONYIBE and the rest of them. Now there is pipeline there. You have AK-47. Begin to guide. By now, Share would have still delivered and documented you. Criminal. Meanwhile, those of you getting involved in political participation, if you are Biafra agitation, make you the common road, make we see real Nigerians where they follow the process. Make you no carry on for head, because the shit we shit in the name of Biafra and I never clean yash you. Because by the time breeze go blow, everybody go see your nyash. Wisdom is the principal thing. In order getting, get wisdom. I will stop here. We'll continue from there tomorrow. But don't forget, all this distraction you are seeing, propaganda and the rest, is meant for one purpose at this moment. Nnamdi Kanu need to be absorbed politically. He need to collect amnesty. Watch out. Whatever the case may be. It's a promise. Sonemgogo ihe chukwu menimo eronimeo no woge jumobio wogo no sokamo osolubu emenime na fanso yao. Sonemgogo maka ihe chukwu menimo imakwo eronimeo le no woge jumobio wogo no sokamo osolubu emenime na fanso yao. Evil will not hide under our watch. O mema na riekele imela o. O mema na riekele. Ogworia na riekele imela o. Eze biko na riekele. He said,